Welcome. Our guest today is published author Melita Harvey, writer of the book Blissfully Dead. Melita, you've written a book in collaboration with a spirit. Now that is somewhat unusual. Tell us how that happened. I mean, did you just wake up one day with a spirit next to your bed saying, let's write a book together?
No, that's not how it happened. It started, I think, when I was told that I was psychic. I didn't know much about it at the time, but it felt right because all my life people have come to me with their problems, and I often seem to shine a light on their situation that they couldn't see themselves. So from there, I had to learn how to channel this psychic energy purposely, and that was the hard bit. But when it happened, I recognized it right away as not being my energy. It was very different. The information was very different. It was more straightforward, linear. Like my way of thinking is more this way. And once I started to give psychic readings, I discovered that through the same channel, I could communicate with people from the other side.
It's interesting. But how do you know you're always communicating with the same spirit? You wrote your book together with the spirit of a woman called Janelle. How did you know for sure you were always in touch with Janelle?
Yeah, each soul is its own unique energy. Like each person has its own unique energy. Only we as people, we base the recognition more on our senses, like what we see, what we feel, what we see or what we hear or what we smell. And with souls, with spirits, it's more what we feel. But it is very recognizable. Janelle is very sweet and very generous and kind. And yeah, I would sit down with my paper and pen and start to talk to her in my head, and I would feel that specific energy coming through.
Okay, are you saying that writing a book with a spirit came easily to you?
Oh, no. Janelle was in another realm. You know, she was in a realm that is bodiless, egoless, timeless. It took me years. The first years I wrote 2 drafts, and I was just sitting there, and she was this reporter, basically. She was reporting the information to me, and I would just write, and it just didn't feel right. It wasn't interesting, really. And then I had to put the whole project away for like 6 months, and then it hit me that it was my book, that I had to become involved. The information was hers, but the book was mine. So then it started all over again. It was completely different. Every bit of information I had to totally understand, and it had to resonate with me. I asked questions over and over again, and she explained a lot through souls that she met in specific situations. So that was such a fun way of learning, because we have now these soul study cases in the book, and it was, you know, the book came alive. It was a totally different story this time. But for me, the problem therefore had not been so much like whether I recognize Janelle's voice, or that was the easy bit. My problem was really, how can I turn this information into something, into a story that is authentic and understandable, enjoyable, fun, interesting. You know, it's one thing to be able to communicate with the spirit, but it is another thing to have the awareness, to have the consciousness, to be the right mediator, to get your information out in the right way. It's the same with psychic readings.
So Melita, what impact has writing this book had on your life?
Oh, yeah, it's been big. think right away from the beginning, for me it was a wake-up call. If Chanel is on the other side, looking back at her life, there is a fair chance that one day I'll be sitting on the other side looking back on my life. I really, really, want to like what I see, what I made out of my life, I want that to be worthwhile. So that changed me quite a bit. And the second thing is that, I hang out so much with Chanel in her realm, so to speak, that this great unknown that death is, it became less unknown. And the funny thing is that I heard that from several people as feedback. They say, oh, we feel reassured after reading Blissfully Dead. And yeah, me too. I feel reassured. Yeah. And then the third thing is that there is a chapter in the book about the souls of animals, and I have, of course, written this chapter 1 time, 2 times, 3 to 4 times, and it has, it changed my way of eating. I cannot eat animals anymore. It doesn't quite resonate anymore. The last, and I think most important, is that throughout the whole book there is this message in different forms and shapes that really love is all there is. That's wow, that has a big impact. And love is all there is. Love never dies, so we never die.
Melita Harvey, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.